Okay, it's time to bust out your air fryer. We have the easiest dinner recipe for you. Hi, my name is Carrie with eatingonadime.com, and we're on a mission to help families eat well on a budget. Today is exactly that. This dinner takes minutes to throw together. We're making air fryer French bread pizza. So if you've been to the grocery store, you've probably seen frozen French bread pizza. But it's actually so easy and very affordable to make at home, and we're gonna show you how simple it is today. You can get the full recipe linked in the description, or you can always go to eatingonadime.com and then just search air fryer pizza. And not only will you find this recipe, you'll find some other delicious recipes too. Okay, friends, it's time to make some pizza. The first step you're going to need to do is to cut your bread. I already pre-started. Yum, yum, yum. When you're cutting bread, first off, let's talk about the bread. Okay, we need French bread. You can get French bread really cheap at your local grocery store. They're anywhere from $1 to $2, and they're usually freshly made, very inexpensive. Then you need a knife. Now, when we cut bread, you always want to use a knife with bumpy edges, okay? So it's called, I think it's serrated, but they're bumpy. And what that means is it makes it easier for you to cut the bread so it doesn't smash. So, yum, yum, yum. I'm gonna put my knife in there and you're going to saw it, okay? Just like so. That way you have bread that's easily cuts and doesn't smash together. Very important. Now this is how we're going to make our pizzas. Get your air fryer out. Apparently I can't do videos today. Get your air fryer out, and then you're going to see, normally we're gonna cut these in half, but if you have a longer one, you might need to cut it into thirds. So I just kind of wanna eye it and make sure that if I cut this in half, it will fit in here, okay? We should be able to fit at least 2 or 3 inside there. So halves will work for me today. So we're just gonna cut these in half. Okay, I'm gonna cut the last one. So now that we know that they'll fit, we're gonna preheat our air fryer. Now my air fryer doesn't have a preheat button. Some of them do. If they don't, that's okay. We're gonna preheat it. I'm gonna turn it on, air fryer. I'm gonna do 400 degrees for about 5 minutes. Let me get this down. And then we're gonna start. Now preheating it is just like preheating the oven. So it's a really nice step because it'll get these crispy faster because they're preheated, versus if you were just to stick it in the oven, you know, it's not gonna cook as quickly because the oven isn't warm. Now this won't take very long like an oven would, and that's why we like it. But just 5 minutes, let it preheat, and then we're gonna finish making these. The air fryer is nice and hot. So now we're going to take 2 breads. I'll do this one. And place them in the air fryer, like so. Okay, so we just see how they fit perfectly in there. And it's okay if they touch, but you want the cut side up when you place it in. Now we're going to place this in here for 400 degrees, and we're gonna do 2 minutes. Now the reason that we are going to actually cook the bread a little bit before we put the toppings on is because when you have bread and we put sauce on it, it's just going to soak into the bread, and it's not going to give you that but that pizza-like texture. So when you not preheat it, but pre-cook the bread just a little bit, it'll get nice and golden brown. And then when you put the sauce and all your toppings on top, it'll sit on top just like a traditional pizza. So it just takes 2 minutes, but do not skip this step. I really think it's very important. So you're just not getting a soggy piece of bread when you bite into your pizza. You want that nice crunchy crust. Okay, so they're done. I wanted to show you what you want. Now they're gonna be a little brown, but they don't have to be super brown. It's kind of like a piece of toast. So when you touch it, it should feel like toast and not like these. I want you to see the difference. See, this is really soft to touch, and this you can feel and hear the crunch. Now I do want you to know that even though it's gonna be crispy out here, this is still soft on the inside. So you're still gonna get that French bread taste. I'm gonna move these out, and we're gonna start the other ones while I'm doing the toppings on here. That's just a little time-saving trick. We're gonna get this going. Oh. And I'm just gonna start this at 2 minutes while we work on these. Now the first thing we wanna do is shred some mozzarella cheese. I'm using a block of mozzarella cheese and we're going to shred it. Now you can buy pre-shredded cheese if you want to, but I'm not a fan because it doesn't melt as good and it's not gonna get that creamy, stretchy that you're wanting with your pizza. Pre-shredded is not made to be melted together. So while it saves you a little bit of time, it actually costs more money and it just doesn't taste as good. So save the pre-shredded to put on top of tacos and stuff and take the extra step because it's a great way to save money. Look how beautiful it is. Another option you can do is you can actually do sliced mozzarella if you would like to. That would be even quicker. And you can just buy that at the grocery store. A lot of pizza places do that. And you can just lay the slices right on top. Now it's time to assemble. We're gonna start with pizza sauce. Now I do have a homemade pizza sauce recipe that is delicious, or you can just use a store-bought as well, but I'll include that pizza sauce recipe linked in the description, or you can go to eatingonadime.com and search pizza sauce. You're gonna be surprised how easy it is to make. Then we're just gonna take a big spoon and just spoon it right on top of the middle and spread it out. And you decide how much sauce you want. I like my pizza a little bit saucier, especially on a French bread pizza because the crust is so big. So I like a little bit more sauce than I would on a traditional, but again, you do you. No judgment. And that's the best part about making your own pizzas is you get to decide how they're made. Next, we're going to add our mozzarella cheese. You don't need as much cheese as you would think when you're doing a pizza, but if you like a lot of cheese, you can add more. But we kind of just do a little bit less than what you want, and we're going to talk about why in just a minute. Once that's done, then you add your favorite toppings. We're just going to do pepperoni today, but you could do sausage, bell peppers, mushrooms, anything that you like on your pizza, and you could do that. Okay, got those on there. Now the last trick is if we put this in the air fryer right now, these pepperonis are going to go flying. So I like to take a little bit of that mozzarella and sprinkle it right on top. And what that does is as that cheese melts, it keeps the pepperonis from flying around. You might have a little bit of flyage, but that'll keep them from going crazy inside your air fryer. Oh, they look so good. I'm pumped. Now all you gotta do is air fry them. We're gonna throw them in the air fryer that is already warmed, and then you're going to air fry this at 400 degrees for about 4 to 5 minutes. Since we've already cooked that bread, all we're doing is melting the toppings. It always takes a little longer when you're cooking so low. And that's how simple it is to make. They're looking good. Now, I do like them about like this, but if you want yours a little crispier on top, you can cook them just a little bit longer, and that's why we say 4 to 5 minutes. Always start at the lower time. I love this. It's so easy, and if you have everything on hand in your fridge, the kids can make these anytime they want to. Oh, I'm so excited to eat these. They just smell so good, and I love that you can make them with any toppings. Now, I do want to give you a little tip that you can actually freeze these. So what I like to do is you're going to pre-cook the bread still, add the toppings, and then freeze. Then you can throw them in the air fryer and cook them even from frozen, or you can thaw them out a little bit and then cook them. And we have all that details inside our recipe on eatingonadime.com. Remember, you can get the full recipe linked in the description as well. Or you can just go to Eating on a Dime to find all our pizza recipes. Okay, it's time to eat. Don't forget, like and subscribe. I don't want you to miss any more of our family-friendly recipes. It was so much fun hanging out with you in my kitchen today, and I will see you next time. Bye, friends.